Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where passion meets precision and where every rumor, every trade whisper, and every ounce of speculation gets the attention it deserves. Today's story? Oh, it's a wild one. Because while most of the league is laser-focused on the playoffs, quietly grinding through the postseason gauntlet, the Lakers might be plotting something deeper, something bigger, something that, if it actually happens, could tilt the balance of power in the entire Western Conference. What if I told you that Anthony Davis, yes, the Anthony Davis, could be on his way back to Los Angeles this summer? Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me because by the end of this video, this won't just feel possible. It'll feel inevitable. Let's set the stage. Back in February, the Lakers did what only a franchise with real guts can do. They traded a superstar, a cornerstone, a player they won a title with. Anthony Davis, a defensive juggernaut, an All-NBA talent, and arguably the most dominant two-way big man in the league when fully healthy, was dealt to the Dallas Mavericks. Why? To bring in Luka Doncic. And look, we have to give credit where credit is due. That move changed everything for LA. Luka's arrival injected new life into the franchise. His vision, scoring, creativity, it was electric. The Lakers instantly became a playoff threat, and even more importantly, they suddenly had a future beyond the LeBron James era. But while Lakers fans were celebrating Luka's arrival, something else was brewing in Dallas. Because despite Davis putting up eye-popping stats, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 2.7 blocks per game, the Mavericks collapsed down the stretch. Again. Missed the playoffs. Again. The roster didn't gel. Davis carried the load, but the help wasn't there. And now, the whispers have started. Multiple league insiders are reporting that Davis is less than thrilled with the situation in Dallas. Not because of ego, not because of coaching, but because of winning. Davis wants to win now. He knows he doesn't have another 5 or 6 years at this level. He wants legacy. He wants rings. And guess what? The one place where he already won, where he's beloved, where he understands the system, the city, the lights, that place is LA. Now, let's be clear. Davis hasn't requested a trade. Not yet. But this is the NBA. The moment a superstar even hints at being unsettled, front offices start talking. Executives get on the phone. Contingency plans are drawn. And when it comes to LA, those conversations never truly end. I want you to think about something. What if the Luka Doncic trade wasn't about getting rid of AD, but simply repositioning the team to build around him differently? What if Rob Pelinka knew that a Doncic-Davis pairing could be the key to unlocking a dynasty? The biggest hurdle was cap flexibility. Now, they've got it. The Lakers have cleared contracts, opened space, and positioned themselves for another big move this summer. Bringing AD back? It's not just possible, it's plausible. Let's talk basketball. Picture this. Luka Doncic running point, doing Luka things, 38 and 9 every night. Anthony Davis, no longer needing to shoulder the scoring load, focusing on rim protection, rebounding, and efficient offense. LeBron James, either in his final year or shifting into more of a mentor role, giving the team veteran stability, leadership, and occasional dominance. Austin Reeves evolving into a legitimate all-star level guard. Rui Hachimura stretching the floor, defending wings, crashing the boards. That's a serious rotation. That's not just a playoff team. That's a finals team. And here's the wild part. Bringing back AD may actually extend LeBron's career. Think about it, LeBron wouldn't have to carry the offense. He wouldn't need to defend the opposing team's best players. With Luka and AD in control, LeBron could pace himself, preserve his body, and pick his moments. That's how you keep him healthy deep into the postseason. You see, that's the real chess game here. This isn't just about next season. It's about legacy. LeBron wants another ring. He knows that time is running out. And let's not kid ourselves, he has influence. If he wants Davis back, and if Davis wants to return, that conversation will happen. Let's dive into the trade mechanics. Could the Lakers actually pull this off? Here's one scenario making the rounds. Lakers send D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2029 first-round pick, and a pick swap to Dallas. Dallas, now needing to reset around a younger core, uses the assets to chase another star or retool with depth. On paper, it looks lopsided. But in reality, Dallas will be offloading a player who doesn't want to be there, recouping flexibility, and avoiding locker room drama. Because let's face it, when a superstar wants out, the value always drops. The leverage disappears. It happened with Harden. It happened with Durant. It happened with Kyrie multiple times. The same could happen with Davis. But now let's look at the human side. Anthony Davis loved playing in LA. He had his best statistical season there. He won a title. He had the respect of the fans, the support of the coaching staff, and the protection of LeBron James. Even through injuries and criticisms, the organization always had his back. You don't forget that. And according to reports, AD has kept his house in LA. He's still here often. He never fully left. Could that be a coincidence? Maybe. But in the NBA, nothing is truly a coincidence. And here's another angle we need to talk about: the Lakers' succession plan. LeBron is 40. Eventually, he's walking away. That could be next year. Could be too. But the clock is ticking. The Lakers have to think about life after LeBron, and building around Luka and Davis might be the smoothest possible transition. You have a ball-dominant creator. You have an elite defensive anchor. You have youth, talent, and championship experience. That's a core. And maybe, just maybe, Pelinka didn't trade Davis to say goodbye. Maybe he traded Davis because he knew there was a path to bring him back. And if that happens, the Lakers would go from playoff contenders to full-blown title favorites. Again, let me leave you with this. The Lakers always find a way. They did it in 2008 with Pau Gasol. They did it in 2012 with Dwight and Nash. They did it in 2019 with Anthony Davis the first time. They're doing it now with Luka. The players know it too. Multiple Lakers veterans have reportedly stayed in touch with AD, checking in, keeping those lines of communication open. That might sound like nothing on the surface, but in this league, that's how reunions start. Quiet texts, a few calls, a shared off-season workout. Then suddenly, it's a real conversation. And let's not forget, Davis has always had a say in his destiny. He forced his way out of New Orleans. He chose LA over Boston, over other contenders. He partnered with LeBron for a reason. If he decides that LA is where he wants to finish his prime, the rest is just paperwork. Now imagine the media frenzy. The NBA thrives on storylines, and this one would dominate every headline. Anthony Davis returns to the Lakers isn't just a move, it's a saga, a redemption arc, a sequel, and the league eats that up. From a marketing standpoint, it's genius. Jersey sales, ratings, ticket demand. The Lakers would become the most talked about team in the NBA again. With Luka, AD, and LeBron, they'd have the star power of a blockbuster movie. And in Hollywood, that's everything. There's also the coaching angle. Darvin Ham showed last season that he can handle big personalities and adjust on the fly. Bringing AD back would test his system, sure, but it would also give him the defensive foundation he's been missing. With Davis anchoring the paint, the Lakers' perimeter defenders could gamble more, create turnovers, run in transition. The identity of the team would evolve again, fast, aggressive, and deadly. And while the Western Conference is loaded, Denver, Minnesota, OKC on the rise, no team could match the sheer versatility the Lakers would have. They could go big. They could go small. They could play half-court or push tempo. That's the beauty of a Doncic-Davis-LeBron trio. There's no style they can't beat. There's also this underrated piece, continuity. Despite the chaos of a trade, Davis will be walking back into a locker room he already knows. Familiar training staff. Trusted medical team. Teammates he's already battled with. That's rare in today's NBA, where players bounce from city to city, constantly starting over. Davis wouldn't be starting over. He'd be continuing a mission. And speaking of missions, AD still feels he has unfinished business in LA. That 2020 championship was sweet, but it came in the bubble. No parade, no fans, no real closure. If you think that doesn't matter to players, think again. These guys want to feel the confetti fall. They want the Staples Center Crypto.com arena now rocking. Davis wants that moment, and LA wants to give it to him. Financially, the deal works. The new TV money is kicking in. The cap is rising. The Lakers can absorb Davis's contract without gutting the team. And if he's willing to restructure slightly to make it happen, that's just more proof he's all in. There's even talk of long-term synergy. Davis and Doncic are both under 30. If this duo clicks, it's not just about chasing one more title. It's about setting up a 5-year run, multiple trips to the finals, a chance to build something truly historic, something the Lakers haven't done since the early 2000 Shaq-Kobe days. That's the vision. And make no mistake, that vision is shared at the top. Jeannie Buss wants banners. Rob Pelinka wants redemption. And LeBron? LeBron wants to walk away with a storybook ending. Fans would rally around it immediately. The same crowd that once doubted AD's durability would now welcome him back like a returning king. Because when you win in LA and you bleed purple and gold, the city remembers. And Davis, flaws and all, left his mark. It's not easy to earn respect in a market this intense. He did it. And let's talk about Luka for a second. People have wondered whether he could coexist with another high-usage star. But Davis isn't that kind of problem. He doesn't demand touches every possession. He's not a ball stopper. He thrives in pick and rolls, in transition, in smart off-ball movement. Luka feeding AD on a steady diet of lobs, post-ups, and clean jumpers? That's nightmare fuel for opposing defenses. The Lakers' front office knows that. They've studied the analytics. They understand the synergy between Luka's gravitational pull on the perimeter and AD's dominance inside. It's the modern version of Stockton Malone, but with more range, more speed, and infinitely more flair. Even younger players on the roster benefit from this reunion. Guys like Max Christie, Austin Reeves, and Rui Hachimura would find themselves in better roles. Less pressure, more defined responsibilities. It's easier to grow when you're not being asked to carry a franchise. Luka and AD give them cover to develop without the spotlight burning too hot. And let's not overlook one underrated factor, trust. Davis knows how the Lakers operate. He knows how LeBron thinks. He knows what Ham expects. That eliminates the usual growing pains of integrating a new superstar. There's a comfort level that most teams dream of but rarely get when making big moves. Media-wise, this storyline would dominate SportsCenter, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. The NBA is about moments, and Davis returning to LA would be an all-time moment. It's the kind of twist that elevates an entire season from interesting to iconic. The narratives practically write themselves. And then there's the defense. Oh, the defense. Luka isn't known for his stops, but with AD patrolling the paint, the Lakers could hide his weaknesses. Add in Vanderbilt, Hachimura, and Reeves on the perimeter, and suddenly you've got a top 5 defense with top 3 offense potential. That's how championships are won. Even the locker room dynamics would shift in a good way. Davis brings a quiet intensity, a professionalism that balances Luka's flash and LeBron's presence. It's hard to find that kind of mix. Leadership without ego, production without chaos. It's a formula that works. And we haven't even talked about postseason matchups. A Lakers team with Luka and AD could go toe-to-toe with Jokic and the Nuggets, match size with Minnesota, outgun Phoenix, and outmaneuver Golden State. There's no matchup they'd shy away from. No series they'd be outclassed in. That's power. Behind the scenes, you can bet Clutch Sports is watching all of this closely. They represent both Davis and LeBron. They have major sway in the Lakers' front office, and they've been part of the biggest moves in franchise history. If they see an opening to bring AD back into the fold, they'll take it. And they'll move fast. Meanwhile, Dallas might be more open to it than people think. They gambled on the Davis experiment, but if it's not working, and if he wants out, it's smarter to act early than wait too long. A disgruntled superstar can derail a season. Better to pivot, grab assets, and reset while the value's still there. And don't underestimate the emotional side of this either. Davis coming back wouldn't just be about basketball. It'd be about redemption. About rewriting the narrative. About finishing what he started. And in a league built on stories, that's the kind of plot twist that fans remember forever. And they might just do it again. So, could Anthony Davis return to LA? Absolutely. Is it already being discussed behind the scenes? More than you think. And if Rob Pelinka pulls the trigger, we could be talking about a team that defines the next half-decade of basketball. What do you think? Would you welcome Davis back in LA? Is the idea of Luka, AD, and LeBron on the same roster too good to be true? Or the exact move the Lakers need to make this summer? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and ring that bell so you never miss a minute of the madness. We've got more rumors, trade theories, and playoff breakdowns coming daily. Until next time, stay locked in, stay legendary, and as always, go Lakers!